Hi again, it's Hallie. I was just recording a continuation video of my last one because I'm a woman and I talk way too much. So, um, yeah, where did I leave off at? I was going through my little schedule. Yeah, I said that I believe, like I said, I'm not a doctor or anything like that, but I believe that my egg retrieval date will probably be around September 6th to September 10th. So, that will put my due date anywhere from if it was Singleton. I'm just being that optimistic that I'm going straight to the due date. If it was Singleton, I'd be like, if it was September 3rd, which is when they want me to come in for blood work and ultrasound, it would be anywhere from like May 30th to probably like June 10th. And if it's twins, it'll be like 2 weeks sooner than that for each date. And we're hoping it is twins. We are going to try to do a blastocyst. Hopefully everything goes well and we can go ahead and proceed with that. We already shared our desires with that with the doctor. Hopefully everything is good, and I don't know, I'm definitely very nervous. I have all my fat in my middle of my body. And I know that's where everyone usually does their shots, and I just can't be lifting up my shirt in front of like 5 other couples or however many couples the injection teaching class and show everybody my fat and be like, hey, look at the pudge. And no, I can't do that. But I think I will wear shorts and I will do the subcutaneous injection in my thigh. That just sounds less painful to me, and even if I was home alone and I had to give myself a shot and there was nobody that could see my pudge, something about putting it in my gut just sounds so painful. But, I've been a figure skater my entire life. My legs have taken such a beating, so I'm pretty sure that they'll be perfectly fine with an injection. And I can actually, pinch some fat here, and I think I'll be fine, really. But I'm very nervous. I've never given myself a shot before, naturally, as many people who do IVF have not. I am an EMT, and I love nursing. I wanted to be a nurse. I might still want to be a nurse, but it's just completely different when you have to turn the needle on yourself. I know many people who are nurses who can give needles to anybody in the world, even little babies, but when it comes time for them to get a shot, they run the other direction. And I'm not afraid of needles, but it's just scary. Even when I have to, put the little butterfly on my arm, I'm like, okay, it wasn't even that bad. I'm good. Sorry. So, yeah, and they said that we switched doctors, by the way. Not that our other doctor wasn't doing a good job. He was. It's just that he was on vacation and we wanted to try to speed it up. And we had some other drama go on with the place that we went to. They were saying that we weren't returning their calls, and they called us 12 times. They called us 3 times, and one, they called the wrong number because they have three of our numbers, my work number, cell phone number, and my house number. They called my mom's house 1 time, and they called my job 1 time, and they called the wrong number 1 time. And my coworker never told me that they called because she was like, oh, well, she said she was going to call the house, so it was no big deal. My mom never told me anybody called, and as soon as I found out they called, I called them right back, and they're like, oh, we don't think we can continue to have you as a patient, all this and that, and I just felt upset because it was the same person before. My husband was getting ready to be deployed, and he had, took all the money on his card, and I had a different card, and our copay at the time was $35, and we couldn't, not that we couldn't afford it, but we couldn't afford it in our current situation because he had the card and I had my card. It was 2 separate accounts, and my card didn't have enough on it, and I said we would pay it next time. And I was just upset because they didn't have a problem with it, but later on the practice administrator called, and she was like, well, can you guys even afford IVF? And, even just 2 weeks ago when we went in to talk to them, she said the same thing. She was like, when we had to pay the $11.50 out of pocket for the ultrasounds and blood work that was not covered the 3 visits in January, she was like, oh, can you guys even afford that? She's like, I have a bachelor's, I have a master's or a doctorate, whatever she said. She's some type of nurse. I don't even know what she is. Never mind. But it was like $11.50 or $1200 or $1100, something like that. And she was like, well, how can you guys afford that? She's like, I can't even afford that. She made it sound like she was better than us. She doesn't know what we do for a living. She doesn't know what's in our bank account. And even to this day, I don't like that. But then I just found out that she's the financial advisor, so I can kind of understand. And I always try to try to see the situation from both sides, that way I don't just get upset for no reason. But still, I mean, that's kind of obscene to just sit there and be like, well, can you guys even afford this? Like, who are you to judge me? Anyway, she's a sweetheart, don't get me wrong. I just didn't like the way she came to me like that, but then again, maybe that's her job. I'm trying to think what else. Oh, so with this new doctor, I don't even remember what they said our success rate was before. I think it was 40 or 45. This doctor actually said 55%. He said the reason why it's not 75% is mainly because of my weight and because of my insulin issues. I am not diabetic, but I'm insulin. My insulin gets low, and then it steals from my sugar. And then my sugar's like, yo man, WTF. And yeah, and then I just go, I don't faint. I haven't yet. I feel like I'm going to at times, but haven't yet. Thank God. Tilt this down here. Look at that. Okay. What else? I'm so tired. It's 1 o'clock in the morning. There we go. I'm sorry. So, yeah. So, oh, and then they put me, I've been seeing the nutritionist at the IVF, oh my God, at the place. Anyway, I'm so tired. And she put me on this plan where, I have to eat so much carbs and so much protein and fat and whatever. I lost 7 pounds on it so far, which, I mean, that was in 30 days. It's not really that much for 30 days. I could have lost a lot more. And I've been swimming a lot too, in the pool or whatever. But the food she put me on definitely has been making me feel better. I know before that, sometimes I would eat and I would just feel so sick afterwards, and I don't know. Now at least I have energy, and especially they make me eat so much in the morning, but what happens is it jumpstarts my metabolism, and then my body's happy and everything, my body's getting everything it needs, so it's good. I'm trying to think what else. I don't know, there's been so much. I've been away for so long. And then when everything happened before with our insurance, and we started fighting, my husband and I, because I really wanted to do IVF. I really wanted a baby, and I was just I get really depressed. To me, having a baby is the next stepping stone in life. It's part of the cycle, and I feel like if you don't have kids, I mean, if you don't want to have kids, that's one thing, but if it's my only dream in life, I would give up everything just to know that I could have a baby, and it would be okay, and it would survive, and it would have a long, healthy life, and whatever. That's the only dream I have. I mean, yeah, I have dreams of having a nice house and having a great marriage, and getting along even better with my husband, understanding him more, finding even more about who he is, and traveling the world. I would give that all up, and not even a half a thought, just to know that I can have a baby. It's that important to me, and I just hope I really can be a mother, and that's why I'm in the medical field. I love taking care of people. I have I'm sure it'll be shortened when I become a mother, but I have the most longest patience span ever. People tell me, hey, I'm gonna call you back in 5 minutes, and I'll wait 7 days, and if they don't call me back, I'll wait 7 more days, and I'll be like, hey, said you were gonna call me back. They're like, oh my God, you're so patient. Even in line, when you're at the place with a box of shoes in your hand, getting ready to check out, I'll wait 15 minutes for her to go help 10 other people, and I won't complain about it, and I just don't care, because I don't have anywhere else to be. But I've always been very patient, but, I don't know, I love goofing around, I like being sweet, and I just hope I'm a good mother. And, I don't know, I hope I can be a mother. It'd be so awesome. I'm gonna start another video, hold on.